Hello and welcome back to Not Delete, the show review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Robert.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio.
I'm sorry, Robert just waking up got my attention. How's it going, everybody? Look, I mean, I know I said this so many times about WandaVision, but man, how's it finally getting better?
Okay, I had a feeling you were gonna say that, and I think you're like that kid who would like skip dinner and wait straight for the chocolate. You know, you can't just get the sugar, bro. Like you have to take everything. Like eat your vegetables, bro. Like the reason why it was so good is because of everything that came before it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my brother doesn't want to watch it just because of the beginning episode. He's just like
no,
tuned out.
I tell you, bro. Like this latest episode, man, that shit was mind blowing.
Yep.
Wow, really? Damn,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It did have a huge reveal. We won't get into the spoilers, but even without that, it was such a great, like, emotional episode. Perfectly mixed the sitcom stuff that we had talked about and the Marvel stuff. Because, you know, the week before we said it was all Marvel.
Yeah.
So this is the first time that they actually, like, went back and forth. Like, and it was so good, man. That episode was something else. It finally converted Gino. He's a believer now.
I believe in WandaVision. I see the light.
When this reveal happened in WandaVision, I this was me. I was like, oh my god! Like I said that alone, like to the boy, like shit, like that's how fucking crazy it was.
Because I don't even follow Disney or anything. I don't want nothing to be spoiled right now.
Oh, bro, like I had a fucking because I watch it Friday night, right, and it gets released at midnight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna stay up. You know, I'd rather be comfortable watching Friday night. And I'm so glad I did because I totally did not. I never thought in a million years I would have seen the reveal. What I saw. Yeah.
Damn, I really need to get watching this.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it like gets released on a weekly basis, like
It's
I'm
fun.
just lazy for not watching it. It sounds exciting and it sounds like different enough from Marvel that I would like it, right?
Yeah, because Elizabeth Olsen's performance in this is really good. Because she does the way she's able to do a 180 within this concept of this episode is really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't
exactly.
expecting her character to be, well, to react in a certain way, I should say, and in specific moments. I'm not talking about the ending. I'm talking about the one main part in the middle of the episode.
But also knowing some of her background from the comics.
Ooh. Oh, it's like you already knew.
Kind of does.
Oh god, I'm out. Okay.
And no, but here's the thing.
Like that.
Seeing where this is going, and I know we're just on WandaVision's like we're loving it so much, but seeing where this is going, I'm afraid that the final episode is gonna be too emotional because I'm like, oh bro, like if they go where I think they're gonna go, like I'm not gonna be able to handle it.
Oh, and so your homeboy Diego didn't spoil it this time, or what?
Oh, I blocked his ass. Like Diego, he listens sometimes, but I'm sorry, bro. But I fucking blocked you, dude, because I can't.
Oh, shit.
I'm not gonna risk that again, because you spoiled Mandalorian for me. Yeah.
This last episode was the only episode that I watched almost like right when they released it. It's been starting to get to the point where since they're starting to build more stuff story-wise, they're like, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of spoilers. So it's like I'll just watch it to avoid those spoilers, because I did get a bit of that Mandalorian one spoiled for me.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all with the spoilers, but there's only one person that made me watch the Mandalorian episode you guys are talking about was Kevin Smith. Like he didn't spoil it, but the way he explained in detail how the episode like brought back like in a way some happiness and like everything, like a full circle type feeling, and I go, you know what, I have to watch this episode now just because he did this, because of this post, not just because some asshole wants to go, oh my god, this happened, and have pictures of it or video of it, and you're just kind of like, bitch, don't be that guy, come on, dude, it just came out.
Yeah, like I love fan enthusiasm, you know, I love that, you know, but just like Gino said, just show the enthusiasm, you know. You don't have to fucking screen record some fucking shitty ass footage, but that spoils everything. Diego!
No, I spoiled the stop for my mom will show.
You know, it's just be considerate, you know.
WandaVision, get on it, y'all. Get on it, please.
Yeah.
Also, we did not spoil it.
Wait. One more thing before
One
we
more
get
thing,
off. Gino, because you talked all that shit about WandaVision like for 4 weeks in a row.
Yes.
Are you willing to admit live on air, not live, that you were wrong?
Now let's get to the new movie. The new movie we watched this week. Robert, can you please let the fans know what we watched?
Yeah, so this week our new movie was Malcolm and Marie, and it's available on Netflix, and it's written and directed by Sam Levinson, and stars Zendaya and John David Washington. The movie is about a director and his girlfriend coming home from the premiere of the director's debut film. Things seem to be going fine until like the issues in their relationship begin to surface. So it's basically a couple arguing for like 2 hours or whatever it is. Ricardo, you want to start us off? Tell us what you thought about this movie.
Yes, I did. I was actually gonna say, hey, can I say something first? Yes, this movie has had potential. You know, like I saw the way it looked, the music. It was really cool the way it looked and the music. And but since we saw like the Miami one, we saw the Maz Raimi, and you see movies like that are in one specific spot and they just have dialogue, and dialogue takes you somewhere, right? And those movies were fucking good. This one was trying to be good, so I am an out. There's more reasons to it, but mainly like I think it thought it was better than it was. Yeah, that's what I feel. Robert, what you think?
I'm gonna go on the opposite side of the tracks from you. I'm gonna be in. I do kind of agree with you that we've seen like, you know, I don't think this is quite on the level of, you know, One Night in Miami or Ma Rainey, but I'm not gonna judge it against those films. Like, I did enjoy it because it's you know, it's like you said, it's about two people and they're talking, you know, and y'all know me. I like movies about like decaying relationships, you know? It's like if you were in acting class and you're watching the best two students go up and just do their thing, you know? So in that sense, I did enjoy it. And honestly, I did find it funny. Like John David Washington, his character just had me laughing like a lot of times. So I enjoyed it. I do think that I do agree with you in what you said that it's not as good as it thinks it probably is, but I enjoyed the story that they told. I enjoyed the exercise. It is kind of exhausting at times, you know, because it feels like it's going like in a loop, just like that. But I think that was kind of the point. So overall, I did enjoy watching these two people just kind of like bring every single issue they have like to the front, you know. Gio, what about you?
I'm an in. Like I think it's good enough that it's an in. Like it's, yeah, I don't think you can compare it to those other two ones. I'm like, yeah, it does kind of. At first, I thought it was going to be pretentious a bit when I first kind of heard about a little bit of the concept of this. But this movie going, or the performances of the two actors, the chemistry between both of them is really good. That it just makes this movie work. One location, two people for about an hour and 45 minutes. There's no real story, but like, yeah, the performances, the emotion that they were able to portray was really good. And yeah, I agree that John David Washington's character does come off as like it's funny without being funny. Like trying to be funny is just, you know, just I guess the way that his character is. Really, I'm gonna give it an in. So, what about you, America?
I'm between all of you guys, but I think I'm gonna have to go with an out. Okay. I don't know if it's a high out or a low out, because this movie flip-flopped so much. I thought it was good. It looks beautiful. This is so good, right? Like you want to stare at it, but honestly, like I kind of wanted to mute it sometimes. Like I'll just watch it, you know? I'm tired of you guys. Like I don't want this anymore, you know? Yeah. I feel like it was good in the way that it showed how volatile the relationship is. You know, both of their egos are like, you know, like hanging on by like a strand, and maybe they love each other, but this is not the relationship for them. And I think they know that. And at the end, that's what dissatisfied me the most. Like, you give me an empty bed and then you don't give me like an actual resolution. Like, I hate this. I do think it was a little pretentious. And the director, what's his name? John David Washington? Like, I feel like the writer is trying to excuse himself through what he's saying. Because he's like, oh, you guys don't know anything about film, blah, 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 blah. You know? And it's like, how are you going to criticize anything when even the writer is telling you this? You know what I mean? And it's just so defensive, like just straight off the bat. It's like, maybe if you'd done a little bit more, you wouldn't have to tell us this before we told you anything. I don't know. I thought some of it was overacted. Just a teensy weensy bit. I don't know. That's how I felt about it. So it's an out, like a solid out. I know like people will enjoy it. Other people won't. But I don't know if I'll ever watch this again. So, Gino, what did you think?
I'm one of the categories America is saying, man. I'm 100% delete.
Deleted.
Oh.
I
Wow.
fucking hate my time watching it. I fell asleep at one of the fights. I woke up to another fight, which I had to rewind, which was 10 fucking minutes. And you know what? I give John David Washington his performance and Zendaya, but I agree with America. I feel like there was moments they overacted. I like that there was moments that they kind of laughed when they were like yelling at each other. You can laugh at that. But there was times I'm like, you laugh, but you're like, I don't think this was funny. I think this is supposed to be serious. And the on and off. It's like, if I want to see a couple fight, I would rather see my parents fight over a fucking water bill. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen so much like confusing, like, oh, babe, I hate you, but no, I love you though, for real. And they make out and then, fuck, I hate this fucking world. And it's like, what the fuck just happened? You know? And I'm gonna bust America from another John David Washington movie we watched recently was Tenet. What the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah,
Someone explain it to me. And someone explain it to me, because I throughout the whole movie, throughout the beginning to the end, I still didn't understand what the fuck I was watching. I just saw a couple bantering and arguing.
Here's the entire thing. It was just a fight because John David Washington forgot to thank Zendaya for the movie. And she's essentially the inspiration for this movie, right? And he won't say thank you. He says, I love you. He says, I love this and I love that. And you do this for me and you do that for me. And I need you and I couldn't live without you. But he never says thank you, right? That's it. Literally start off the movie and where she says, you didn't thank me. And then just fast forward to the end. That's all you need, you know?
Basically, yeah, like, but I found that funny because like John David Washington is like egotistical maniac, right? Like he thinks he's the greatest, and he's so self-absorbed, right? And Zendaya, you know, obviously she has her issues. So I don't mind the exploration of like that relationship, you know. I could watch a movie, but I did find it interesting that it kind of shifted from a relationship drama to a movie about film criticism, like deconstructing that, you know. Even though I found that whole scene where John David Washington gets to review and he's like, oh my god, I gotta read it, you know, and then he goes on his rant. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But it is interesting, like if you take a step back, this movie is written and directed by what's his name? I have it right here. Sam Levinson. Like he's a white boy, right? And yet he's saying like all these things about so on that level, you kind of you step back and you look at the movie and you go like, Sam, what are you saying? Like, what are you trying to say here? But it's what also the director is saying, right? So it's like it's like a weird meta thing going on, but that's what makes it pretentious, right? Because like, who are you to say that, you know? I get that he kind of like tries to address that in the movie, like in a funny way, but if you take a step back, you go like what are you doing, bro? Like it's kind of like stay in your lane, you know. But I do agree with you with that, and I think that's why I said like the movie thinks it's a lot better than it is. But I think on the strength of just like Gio said, is that watching these two performers just give everything they have, and I think you guys mentioned that it's overacted. I think because you just have two people, one setting, that's it, and it's such a like, you know,
no,
yeah, I do, because like this is not exploring the same themes as like One Night in Miami. It's like it's just about two people, you know.
And
it is it is comedic in a lot of places, and that over the top is what makes it funny. This movie has a lot of comedy in it, and I did laugh. So I think I would defend those overacting moments because I did find it funny.
Well, I found it funny when like he's overacting in like other parts, not like the whole time he's like doing his speeches. Like the whole time he's doing the speeches and he just like yelling and yelling. It's kind of like, whoa, like what is it? What's going on here? You know, like make it a little bit more. I don't know.
Give it some nuance. Like when you're having that conversation, even with yourself, when you know that you're thinking too much and you know a lot of it's ego and people have points and like whatever and point of views and criticisms from anyone who's a film reviewer or whatever, like the voice inside your head, or if you're saying it to someone else, isn't yelling everything, isn't stomping their feet, isn't waving around for every single thing. It's like everything I just said, you know what I mean? Like when somebody portrays a character that way, or they snap for everything, like it's too much. Like not everything needs to be said with a stomp.
It's trying to add substance where there really is not a lot of substance, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, I do agree with a lot of the criticisms you guys have. It's just as an exercise in like filmmaking and like performing, I enjoy that aspect of it. And like you said, it looks beautiful and all that. I love all that. I wouldn't recommend this to like a normal audience. They would be like, what the fuck is this bullshit? You know, like, you know, Gino's obviously like a good case of that, you know, but like as you know, somebody, and I'm gonna sound fucking pretentious, you know, like enjoys like the craft. I do find this exercise enjoyable. You know?
And trip out on this though, I didn't like Zendaya. That's weird because like she looks a little bit too young. I don't know why. Like something was bothering me. Like I kept like telling her like, oh man, she should eat us.
And you know, I agree, and this goes back to what I said about and it's funny that I agree with everything negative that said.
Oh my God.
This goes back to what I said about watching two people in acting class. You're watching two people in acting class. You're not watching characters, like in a sense, you know? You never go beyond and believe that these are two real people, you know?
Yeah.
I think, you know, that can be that is a pretty big negative, you know? I think that's why it doesn't feel as authentic because, you know, we've seen Zendaya. I don't know if you guys ever watched Euphoria. Essentially playing the same character.
It just copied and pasted.
It just copied and pasted, and that's why it feels like that. It's like, oh, this is not a movie. This is not a real story.
And then hitting on Robert's point right now about, you know, she's on that show Euphoria. Sam Levinson has written episodes for Euphoria, so I'm pretty sure like that's how they, you know, he already knows that kind of character, so he just kind of gave that kind of background to her, I guess, as a character in this movie as well.
I don't want to like shit on the guy, but he's the son of a famous director.
Oh really? Oh,
you know, so it's like he's been able his whole life to like just do whatever.
Who's their papa?
Yeah.
Barry Levinson.
I ask like I know.
he directed the movie Rain Man and several other famous.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, that's why the whole like film criticism thing is like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
however, I did kind of agree with some of the things.
Yes, it's funny. It's very funny. But it's like, you were saying that?
Yeah.
No?
Somebody has to say it.
No. Okay, you're being, what's her face? The one that wrote House on Mango Street, and some white girl wrote some like Chicano book, and she patted her on the back. She's like, someone had to do it. No. Okay, no.
No, but like, but to be fair, it's a fair criticism because like,
yeah,
you as a creator, you can put something out there, but like, it's kind of like what we do. I'm like, we're to a certain point, we're kind of part of the same problem.
Yeah.
We watch a movie and then kind of infer, because that's kind of what you're supposed to do, infer what the director or the person was trying to do. Sometimes it's correct, sometimes it's hit or miss. Like everybody interprets something differently. So like, and then somebody was always trying to, like he says, that clickbait. So they're gonna add, you know, try to add some sort of political angle to something because the writer is this or the writer is that, you know.
They're just making movies based on the experience they see. You know what I mean?
On the assumption, on stereotypes.
They're not giving us how to analyze it. stop telling us what to do. Okay, so Gino said, I'd rather watch my parents fight about a utility bill. And I could not agree more, especially knowing who the writer is. The fact that they're filmmakers fighting about, this is my first movie or whatever, you didn't thank me. Like, I was kind of like,
You didn't put me in the movie? Right.
I don't care. Like, it was just the entire thing, whether she was sad or he was happy, I was like, I don't care. Like, you guys are stupid.
Yep.
Like, you guys have it so easy and you're over here fighting for that, you know? Not to say that her wants are stupid or anything. I think, you know, wanting a thank you is a simple enough request that he couldn't give her, which is fucked up. But it's also like, if I'm gonna watch a 2-hour movie, almost a 2-hour movie about people fighting, like, I want to see something else happen. Like, I want it to be something real.
You know, you want to, you know, it's like the whole saying, show, don't tell. You know, this movie like beats everything like over your fucking head. But my question is, then why don't you just go to delete?
Yeah,
you know,
come to delete.
You were almost a high out.
No, because I think it looks beautiful. I think it's done well enough
but so is Mank.
Of the movie.
So is Mank, right? It's a beautiful movie. But
no, that movie was boring as shit. Like, that one, you could just pause it. Like, no, don't even watch Mank. Actually, like, watch an old movie. That would
just
be.
Watch.
But you said you said earlier to skip the whole movie to the end.
I know.
I'm arguing for you.
Yeah, but like, I think this movie, like, it got me in there enough. Like, I cared enough, but then it would just fucking drop me. You know, and it didn't care to like bring me back in, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I would just happen to like catch like, oh, okay, now you know, like it doesn't work for it.
For everything the movie puts you through, because like I said, it is fucking exhausting. Like, Gino said, like, motherfucker, they're going at it again, you know? Yeah. And with the same kind of energy that they had on the first fight, you know, it's like, bro, like, give me, like, if you don't give me a resolution, then everything that we went through is gonna make me pissed. You know,
and that's why I'm an out, because at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, even though I liked it enough, thought it was good and I thought it was beautiful, we went nowhere. You know
what I like even more about this movie now is that it split us literally in half. And Gino was a tiebreaker, like in a WWE match, is coming in like, they're like, where's it gonna do? And he fucking slammed me and Gino into a fucking table. It's like, delete, motherfuckers, you know?
I could just imagine Gino running down the ramp with a chair.
We haven't had a split like this in a really long time. You know?
It was good. It's a good split.
And it's divisive for the same exact reason. Like, you like it and you also hate it for the same reason. You know?
But what do we have?
2 ins, 2 outs.
Actually, we're on the negative. Yeah, we're on the negative here.
Damn all y'all. I'm kidding. I'm right. I'm kidding. Moving on to the next movie, which is my pick. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot by Sylvester Stallone. And I forgot the rest of the game. Hold on one second.
Another movie with no substance.
You know what I mean? Estelle Getty.
You know what?
Estelle Getty and Sylvester Stallone. Movie's about Sylvester Stallone as a very, very cool wannabe. I know he's not wannabe. He's a detective trying to solve a case. His mom comes into town and like interferes with his love life, I guess, in a way. And also like she gets involved as a witness on some sort of crime that involves like some mafioso people, and you know,
hijinks ensue.
Yeah, and of course, you know, like the mom's being a mom and trying to take care of her grown ass son, and then Sylvester's first comedic, like out of his usual, out of control,
comfort zone
action movies. You know, he was just out of Rambo, I guess, on this movie. Shit. Of course, I said it again, and I said it before. I'm a delete as well in this one.
Deleted. What?
You picked it,
Gino.
I picked it because Gio fucking put me in a bad mood last time, and I wanted to at least put you guys in the bad mood with me in that feeling.
Lighten it up.
I'm ready to fight.
I'm sorry. I used to be an in, but I saw this movie again, and it was so terrible that I just couldn't. My inner child was like, "You still like it, right?" I'm like, "No, I don't."
Yeah, it's like it's just.
Sylvester's acting is not the greatest. This is how Robert has referenced so many times in the past. Like they didn't even get good actors surrounding him to make the movie better. Like his dialogue was terrible. His scenes were terrible. Every little thing he did was terrible. Especially he goes,
His
"Man."
wardrobe was terrible.
Oh my god.
And the
I
little
might
mom,
fight.
like she's the only one that is good out of the whole movie because she's believable as hell. Because even my mom's still like that. She'd be like, "Look at the baby picture." I'm like, "Mom, put the picture work." It's cringeworthy because you know what? Because when I saw it as a kid, I didn't pay attention to anything. I just paid attention to the action and the idea of like, if my mom could kick ass with me as I'm a cop, I would love that. And I'm like, that's not what this movie's about. The movie's not like that. Yeah, whatever. Robert, I know you're another action buff guy like me. I want to start off with you.
I had seen this movie back in the day, because I watched all of Stallone's movies, even the bad ones like Daylight. I'm gonna have to fall onto the delete train with you. Look, I know. I mean, look, I've been on record for liking Bloodsport and all those. I love '90s action movies, stupid Schwarzenegger movies. Like I love it all, right? But this one, I think it's a stupid premise that you just go in with your brain off, right?
Yeah.
So you accept that. You have to. I'm not gonna say like, no, it's not realistic. That wouldn't happen, But the problem with me is I think the movie didn't take advantage of everything that it had. Really? To me, I think at the end of the day, the movie's boring.
Yeah.
Like it didn't have enough action. The villain was forgettable, non-existent, pretty much. The best scenes were the mom. When it's like, stop! Or my mom will shoot. Like that's gold. Like that is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't have enough. To me, the disappointment is that I didn't have enough of that. The car chase was like, the movie should have been that throughout the whole thing. Get rid of the fucking lieutenant thing, the love story, give a little make the bad guy a little bit more fun, give her more one-liners because I need all that. It would have been a great fucking movie had it had all that, and I was really disappointed that it wasn't dumb enough. Ricardo, I know you want to go, so go for it.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, hey, so it was the '90s. I didn't know it was like one of the first times he's like in the comedy role. That's kind of cool, I guess. Is it because Arnold came out in like other movies and he was like, "Oh, that motherfucker doing it"?
Was it because of Kindergarten Cop, basically?
Yeah,
maybe.
Also they're competing. Arnold and Sylvester were competing against box office movies.
Yeah,
and so of course Arnold trolled fucking Sylvester, like because I guess his agent offered him the script to Arnold, and Arnold's like, "This is terrible." But fuck it. Let's just say I want to do it, but I don't know how to do it. So then Sylvester can do it, and of course, Sylvester jumped on it.
Dude, he's the best, man. Arnold, give him a shout out. Anyways, but overall though, the movie starts off so cool, right? Like that fucking title sequence, and this is like the name of and the fucking shotgun and shit, dude. That is. I was already like, oh, this movie's fucking ridiculous, right? You gotta be in ridiculous mode, right? And yes, you're right. There is no bad guy. I don't know who the fucking bad guy was. And
the mom.
And then like it got boring too, like in a way. But the mom like is so funny and so she was realistic and like cute, and everything she said was funny and like. Arnold wasn't bad. I mean, Arnold, fucking my bad. Against Sylvester, he wasn't that bad either, Like, he was just this guy doing his stupid lines, Like, he was just being himself, and he has the same lines. It was just like it's so it's like whatever. So I'm still in. I was entertained enough to be like, dude, this movie's fucking ridiculous, and I can't wait to watch it intoxicated.
So last week. At the end of it, I gave it a preemptive delete. This week, I'm giving it
an
out.
Okay, got better.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty much like what Robert said. Like it was stupid enough that it was entertaining. Just because of the premise, it's how ridiculous it is. Like, because I did find myself laughing at certain moments because like he's got a handgun and it almost like he shoots it like it's a freaking like a machine gun, like he's shooting at a sign, like at a chain of like to it's like to shoot down this sign, and like he just like shoots like 1,800 bullets at it. I was just like, how many bullets does he have in there? I didn't fully watch Golden Girls, but you knew what she's good with those one-liners. So yeah, they should have relied a little bit on that. Like, I agree with Robert. Maybe incorporate the mom a little bit more. Get rid of the lieutenant. That just seemed a little bit forced and inappropriate. Like, that was the most inappropriate police department ever. Like, there was no boundaries there between like the relationship and then the work life. It was just like relationship.
I wonder what
it was
it's
like
now. It's exactly the same.
Okay, then let's go with America.
I'm in, you guys. I love this movie.
Wow.
And I also came in here thinking like, oh my God, Sylvester Stallone, like it's gonna be a stupid movie. Not stupid in the way that it was. Stupid in the way that like it's gonna be an action movie. Like I'm gonna be bored and I'm gonna tell them the same thing I tell them every time. This is just not my movie. But
apparently it is your movie.
Dude, this was my movie. This shit is good. And it's funny because I googled it after I finished watching the movie, and the reviews are terrible. Like IMDb has like 7% or something. Rotten Tomatoes has like, I don't know what it's a little bit higher.
This movie won 3 Razzies.
And then on Vudu, it's a 4 out of 5. And I'm like, okay, so the Walmart crowd loves it, and that's me. Dude, I had so much fun watching this movie. It's fucking stupid. And I think maybe because, I wasn't expecting anything good. I was expecting an action movie, like a pure action movie, which it really wasn't. And you guys probably expect a better performance of what's his face, and I don't care, and Estelle Getty was a fucking amazing. And I think the story is there. I don't think you can see that there is no story and there is no villain. The story is there. There's a cop, right, who has issues with his love life, and his mom comes over just to come over because she's a mom, right? And just like any mom does, she kind of meddles, and she's the one that starts the problem, And so you have right there everything that happens, and the mom is involved in all of it, and she solves even his relationship issues. Yeah, she feeds her dog. What else do you want? Robert's like, what?
But the problem that I have is that I was expecting what you got out of it. Yeah. I wanted more. Like to me, like that. True. To me, like you said, the mom was the best part. Those one-liners, like fucking like when at the end, I'm not spoiling anything here. It's a fucking stupid movie. When she shoots the bad guy, it's like, what does she say? Like, stay away from my son, and like she fucking shoots him. I was like, that's fucking incredible. Like that should have been. And I know I'm being like a kid, like just wanting sugar, like more and more and more.
You just want junk.
Have you watch a movie like Commando? And Arnold has one of those lines like every 35 seconds, and they are all fucking hilarious. Like he kills a guy and it's like, hey, what happened to that guy? He's like, I had to let him go, stupid shit like that. Or like, and it's just like one line, like one liner after one liner, like one liner after one liner after one liner. And that's what they had the talent there with the ridiculous premise that I think that they didn't go ridiculous enough, and that's what was disappointing for me. It had a little bit, like the car chase I thought was hilarious. Look at her driving, I wanted more. Like I wanted to enjoy it like you did, and I felt like it didn't have enough.
I was weirdly entertained, I guess, because I had the vibe of America. If America was hating it, I'll probably be like, questioning myself. But since I was like, cool, I could all right, we're in this, right? Fuck it.
It has like the template of like a lot of action movies, right? What would have been really fun is if they like leaned into it even more, like make it like a Colombian drug dealer or like some white guy doing like an accent, and that would have made it even more satisfying, that the one-liner at the end, because those are always the best parts of the movie, the last one-liner, right? Yeah, and I love that last one. Like I was rolling, I just wish there was a little bit more.
Dude, and then another thing too, so I guess this is like another real reason where I'm in would be because this is a movie, I told her too, that I would watch in Channel 52 with my mom, you know, and be like, oh, esta es la señora, ¿por qué está lavando los fucking guns? You know, like she'll be like saying the dumbest things, and I'll be like, yeah, this is a movie where
you can watch with your mom.
Huh? I could watch it with my mom, you know.
But honestly, America, I wish I would have gotten what you got out of this.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sad you guys didn't.
I wanted nothing more than to get that, you know.
Especially now that it's like, you know, sad times. Give me ridiculousness. Get me out of here, you know?
Well, I'm glad. That's what I was trying to go for after watching the damn sad-ass Florida Project movie. You want to get out of that world.
After watching Malcolm and Marie, damn, like you needed something, even if it was bad, you needed like, you know, a little levity.
It was a nice like palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, you know, movies from the 90s. Like I love the era. So it was like, oh, it's like
it felt like a bidet, huh?
Yeah.
nice cleansing.
Just washing the shit that was Malcolm and Marie away.
So we have 2 ins, 1 out, and 2 deletes. Damn you, Robert. Even especially me, since I picked it. And I was just like, But I wanted to give us a ridiculous good feeling movie, regardless. Towards the end, you know, but oh well, it is what it is. Hope you guys watch it and enjoy it yourselves. Tune in next week. We watch a new movie, which is Judas and the Black Messiah, starring Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield, and America's Pig, which is
Nacho Libre. Because Robert's never watched it, and you have to. You just
First
have
time
to.
watch.
Dude,
Finally.
you should
like-
give it a pause.
I had to be forced to watch it.
Dude, this well, I mean, I liked this Sylvester Stallone movie, so that's how, and I love Shrek. Like that's how you know what my taste is.
And make sure
this-
you not get offended of the brown face. That's happening.
Okay, but nobody paints their face or anything. So
yeah.
okay, look,
Yeah.
just throw your brain out the window. You know, just
Have
like
a good
this movie.
time, man.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. So I think you're gonna like it.
Am I I'm the only one who hasn't seen it, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone else has seen
Gonna be
it.
interesting.
Missing out, dude.
Next, like my last episode.
Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, In Out Delete Reviews, Twitter at In Out Delete, and of course YouTube In Out Delete. You know, just search us, we're there. And also a new website. Gio, can you please tell us a new website?
Yeah, you can find us at podpage.com/inoutdelete.
Whoa!
Yeah, we're high tech now.
Yeah, making big moves.
Yeah. So
www.
No. It's HTTPS : First you find.
Well, first you have to go on Ask Jeeves.
But yeah, so you'll be able to find all our episodes there. You can listen to them on the site, or if not, you can also link to our wherever our episodes are located. You know, our different podcast carriers, and you know, it also links you to our socials, so you can keep in contact with the podcast.
Love it. Looking forward to it. Please be safe, be cool. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.